Hey guys, this is Nicole Byram. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I want to talk about chapter 1 of my book, Remade Living Free. So, for those of you who are new to my channel and you haven't already, please check out the intro video I did where I kind of explained the background of how this book came to be, who I wrote it for, and the purpose that I wrote it. You can check that all out on the first video. But today I wanted to dive into, just for a few minutes, to chapter 1. And I felt very strongly about starting the book with this chapter on perseverance because I have seen so many people work and work and work in their recovery, and the ones who are able to really sustain it long term are the ones who are able to persevere and just they keep doing the hard work even when they don't feel like it. And so I saw that as a very important part of recovery. And so I just wanted to start the book with that. And to have perseverance means that you're able to endure despite opposition, because there will be those hardships, those hurdles, those obstacles, barriers, whatever you want to call them. That's going to happen. Like, it's a guarantee. And so to have the ability to persevere through that is definitely a needed quality. So in the chapter, I talk about actually a personal story of mine related to perseverance, and just how that was able to produce in me something like pretty cool. In that, had I given up, I would have missed out on a really fun part of my life, but more so, way more so than that, I would have missed out on a huge lesson that God was teaching me at a really important time in life. So I talk about that, so you can stay tuned and read about what that is all about. I also talk about a fiction book, actually, where I think it's just a beautiful example of perseverance, even though it's fiction. And then lastly, in the book, there's a story from actually somebody in recovery, and just a little bit about how she was able to persevere into a really amazing life in recovery despite having many oppositions. So that is all in there. And also in the chapter, I talk about the passage of scripture, Hebrews 12, 1-3. And this is kind of an underlying theme throughout the book. I kind of come back to these verses throughout because it ties in to some other areas as well. But in that chapter 12, 1-3, the author tells us to let go of everything that entangles us and to run our race with perseverance and to fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. And he has a race for us all to run. This kind of ties into chapter 6 a little bit, but ultimately, like, we all have gifts, we all have abilities, we all have a different race to run, and he gives us the perseverance for that. And that's something else I stress too in the book. It's not like we have to come up with all this perseverance. He actually gives that to us. When he calls us to something, he's going to give us the perseverance to stay with it, which is really cool. Another thing I talk about at the end of the chapter is just kind of the reward of that perseverance, which is really awesome. I think there's earthly rewards that we sometimes get when we're able to persevere, but there's something even beyond that. So I'm not going to give it all away in this video. You're going to have to check out the book, but I just wanted to kind of take this time to talk about that. And I very much hope that you guys will check out the book. And until that time, or in the meantime, while you're maybe waiting for the book to come right in the mail, because it is available now on Amazon and in Kindle version and paperback. So check that out. But in the meantime, if you want to jump on my website, NicoleByram.com, I have a blog and a podcast section. And in those, I talk just a lot about faith and relationships, and some of it being recovery related, but just some really helpful things, I think, for what we all experience in our everyday life. So definitely check that out. You can like my Facebook page, Nicole Byram, where I kind of keep updates there with like the podcasts and the blogs I put on there, and any relevant information for my book as well is on there. So definitely feel free to like that page. If you like this video, please comment, like, subscribe, do all the things, share it, all that good stuff. But I hope you all are having a blessed day, and maybe this video has gotten you thinking a little bit about perseverance, and may we all run with perseverance, the race that Jesus has for us. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later.